6 over 60, a show about living a great life at a great age. This show is made possible because of Arvig, Elevate OTC, Essentia Health, Humana, UCare, and Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Fargo.
Hi, I'm Erica. This is 6 over 60. I'm with Lee Kensinger, and this is our 5th take to start this show.
It is.
It is. Okay, so photography. We're at your most beautiful place, you said, in the area.
Yeah, I love Dunton Locks. It's a great place. There's always something new. There's birds, there's changing of the leaves, the water, the sun. It's a great place to take photographs.
And what got you into photography?
Originally, my kids were in sports, and I thought it'd be great to have pictures of them. I bought some cheap cameras then and had a terrible experience with the sports. But as they moved out of the house, I started taking pictures of birds, and in particular a pine siskin. I took a picture of that and I said, why does that sparrow have a green stripe on its wing? Well, I then looked it up and it isn't, and I kind of fell in love with taking bird photographs, and that's where all my equipment has come from.
Oh my gosh! So give me a little lowdown on equipment. Like this guy, what is this?
This is a Canon 1DX Mark II with a 100 to 400 millimeter lens on it, and I use this one primarily for birds and wildlife photography.
Okay.
I've also got two 5Ds, which I use for portrait and landscape photography, and it works out to have the different equipment. They each can do different things that the others can't.
So do you normally take your backpack with you and like switch it out when you're
Yeah, I usually have the backpack. We went to Ireland last year, and we had a driver, and the driver said, "What is in that backpack you have?" And I said, "It's my camera." And he pulled out his phone. He says, "Well, this is my camera."
Yeah.
But having all the gear gives you a lot of options, and the photographs turn out very nice. You can take great phone photos, but some of this gear can do things that the phone can't.
Well, I would think so, like getting close and
Right.
detail and everything else. So, so patience. Like people always ask us, "Hey, can you get some pictures of some wildlife?" And we're like, "No, we are not wildlife photographers. It's a whole different genre." So
it is difficult, and it takes a lot of planning. And as I was telling one photographer, the hardest thing for me to pack in my bag is patience.
Yeah.
But if you want to get the good shots, you have to scout it out, you have to find the places, you have to find the times, and then just sit and wait for the animals or whatever you're photographing to do the right thing for you.
And do its thing. So do you have some tips? Like I want to get into wildlife photography. First of all, why do you like it? Like this is a show about people doing great things at a great age, and what do you like about it for just yourself personally?
Well, one of the things, this tree right behind me, I've photographed hundreds of times. It's beautiful, it's calm, we got the water here. It's very peaceful, and it's something I can do alone or with one person or with a group.
Oh, that's a good way of looking
at it. And so there's multiple options. We started a photography group in Detroit Lakes, and I've met lots of different people, lots of photographers. It's been very good experience.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, the social get outside aspect. So what are some like I said, tips that you can give to, wannabes?
The one thing that everyone's afraid to do is they're afraid to go out and take pictures. You have to take pictures, you have to learn how to do it. Whatever camera you have is the best camera to have.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
It's not really about the camera. I recently took a picture of a sea turtle, and I did that with a little GoPro, and it's one of the best photos I've ever taken. So it isn't always about having the best gear. It's about being in the right place, using your imagination, and getting it done.
And having fun, like that's the biggest thing, just...
Almost all my photography experiences have been based on fun, things I want to do, and I get out there.
Yeah. So where are some places in this area? Because I know I said Dunlocks is one of your favorites, but I know you also do a lot at Itasca, right? I mean at Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge?
Both.
Oh, you go to Itasca
yep,
too?
Been to both. Buffalo River, the Blue Stem Prairie, which is just south of Buffalo River. There's certain lakes that I've scouted out that have lots of different wildlife. I just like to find those different places, and Maplewood, another one. You can roam free and get a lot of nature photography done there too.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and what I think is fun is like, I know that you have a lot of friends in photography, and I do like that social and how you guys are all helping out each other and giving feedback. And
it is nice. That's one thing that photography group really instilled in us. But we all share equipment. If somebody else needs something, we have, and share ideas. And recently someone asked me for a photograph to be used professionally, and I said, I don't have it, but a guy who lives here on Lake Sally has the photo you need.
Yeah.
And so,
that's nice. Yeah, it's not this competition thing.
no,
Yeah.
well, it is, especially for certain people. You know, they never
Yeah.
measure quite up, but it's all in good fun.
You know, and what I loved, I traveled around the U.S. and visited national wildlife refuges, and I would contact the local wildlife photographer like yourself, because a lot of people visit places like this and don't know the habitat and what lives here, and then photographers capture the birds and the critters, and it's like, this is why these places are important.
And right, in some of those places, you know, it's not the things that you normally see. One of my favorite photos I've taken is at Sucker Creek. Down on my knees in the moss, there's a snail crawling on the moss.
Oh.
And it's a great photograph.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't gone out with my camera and just looked for something interesting.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming out here.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it, and thanks so much for watching 6 over 60. We'll see you next time.